That was seaworthy, not war.
Hi, guys.
Hey, people. I posted today's movie on my other channel because it was a little risky. But I just run into this and I thought I'd share it with this channel. And you probably need to turn on the closed caption. She's Nigerian. She's hard to understand. In the beginning of it goes to this preacher and he's reaming the black people, telling them to wake up. But when it gets to the end over here, it explains what the problem is. When you get over here, and make sure you watch the end of this 11-minute movie. Make sure you see the end of it. But it explains the problem. The problem is in the language. She does a real good job of pointing out the magic spell. And the reason nobody's getting this is because the language change. And what they're hiding is they don't even want to interpret this word in death. They just go ahead and leave it out of this Bible in the dead earth. But when I watched that, it made me think about this last line, Isaiah 58, where I've just been reading. And it says, as it young, the double T here, the second one reads as a yod, a I, Y-O-N-G. And as it young, all in backwards, and have you, and the work entice. To entice the young to work, and I will cause you to ride. No, as it young, all have you the work enticed. And it's talking about Egypt here, and you could tell with this word they left out. And all in backwards, and all a tomb, a T-U-M-B, is a tomb, is a burial place. And all a tomb, and this looks like death, moody, and that's where it comes from. And moody isn't death, but moody is deaf, not hearing. And somebody who's deaf, you call him old moody, because, he's always saying he's from the place where you hear what? He's the guy, what? He never hears anything you say, because he's deaf, and so it's moot, from what? And so as it young, all have you the work entice. All a tomb from what? Yards, Y-A-R-T-S or D-S, the yards. And so, where do you find a tomb? A tomb from what yards? You find that over there in Egypt. And you find all the young people, and has it young, all have you the work entice. And it tells how they entice them down here, the work entice. All a tomb from what yards? All a tomb are holy, O-L-Y, the holy tomb. To build my tomb in my front yard over here. And the accletician, and the accletician held. And so this isn't a word you'll find anywhere, accletician, but a call, is the word for food, to eat, to feed. And so an accletician held, he's the one that's holding the food. Like an acquisition, an asset or an object brought, obtained. Well, an accletician means that object is the food. And the accletician held a joke in. A joke in, they say Jacob comes from the heel. He was holding the heel of Esau. But this joke here says, no, the joke in a Vic. A Vic is to get out. But it's the joke in of E because it's followed by a K. So this makes a K, and the second K reads a yod. And then the I after a double consonant reads as a K. It's a of-y kick, and that's where your word of Vic comes from. Your dad kicked you out of a kick. Dad's kick, and of he, of father. And father make kick. And the accletician held, and the food held, the joking of-y kick. And then a double I, P-I-I. The first one reads as a P-A-Y. And the kick, pay, who, ahead of her. You know, whoever's in front of you, if they're too slow, kick them in the ass and speed them up. A kick in the ass. And has it young all have you, the work entice, a holy tomb from what yards? And the accletition held, the joke in of a kick pay who head of her. A kick in the ass and get 'em moving. That's the magic spell that built the pyramids. That's the magic spell that built Egypt. And so if you watch this movie to the end over here, you'll see what I'm talking about. The magic's gone. And I'll leave the link to this video in the comments down below. If you don't like this video, there's something wrong with you. And if you're not subscribed to my old channel, get there. This is the video I posted today. How to fight the predator. And I'll leave the link to it down in the comments too. And I'm going to cut this off here. Good day.